Winners and the Jacksonville Ballers.
Yeah, I mean, they're definitely looking to upset some people. I think both Kyler and Caden kind of came into this maybe with a chip on their shoulder, want to show people what they got and come out here and ball out.
Well, David always talks about teams being the home team and having that support, and so far it's showing with the Miami Blaze.
If you're the Ballers, what are you changing up here?
Well, you talked about a new team, new pairing, and usually a spot on those new teams is that communication through the middle and who's taking it. So I don't know if that's a spot Jacksonville is willing and wanting to try to exploit right now and test those waters. But if I'm Jacksonville, I'm going to try to put a few balls through there. Even if the Blaze react, positively, the first time or two, I'd still keep trying it just to see if they really have that spot covered. And even watching that point there, that one ball is driven through the middle or testing the middle with the drop. They're basically just playing the balls to their opponents, not really having them to think about whose ball that's going to be.
For sure. Yeah, I think really testing the middle and testing their chemistry, really trying to work the points, extend the rallies, see if how well they move together and if they're able to keep the court covered.
What's back-to-back counters. Attacks from Gianna just missing, but she's on both of those balls, so she looks like she's seeing the ball well. Not sure if she was ready for that attack. That was kind of below Alyssa's knee there, but nice ball.
Jacksonville getting some momentum back here.
Well, when you're looking for the upset, you need to make balls, and right now Miami is and make that 5 straight errors. So
yeah.
That's not going to get it done, Camden. They need to clean that up.
Agreed.
That point right there was reflective of how they started the match, was being consistent and working the ball, and Jacksonville not really testing, their chemistry as we were discussing, and making Jacksonville play right there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think when you're trying to pull off an upset, just keeping that pressure on, like you said, just making a lot of balls, really getting in their head.
Alyssa showing her countering abilities with that backhand once again.
So a bit of confusion there from Miami. Both of the girls going for a ball in the middle. They figured it out, though.
Some great resets from Kyler there. Gianna almost got caught off, not expecting the resets from Kyler and the great defense, but she's got to stay locked in. And we're tied at 10. See who will have the lead at the change of ends. Ballers with their first lead on the turn, 11-10, leading by 1. All right, and we are back. Ballers with the 11-10 lead at the turn. Oh, a quick miss serve, and we're at 11-11. Camden, thoughts on how Jacksonville can continue this play or try to sneak this win off?
Yeah, just staying steady, showing that aggression, really putting pressure on the Miami Blaze. Of course, there's a sub on the team. So maybe targeting her, showing her that pressure, and seeing if she's up to the task.
Yeah, if I'm Miami, I'm playing point after point like that one. Just nice and patient. The Ballers have shown they have a little bit more firepower with counters and attacks, and I would just play a patient game here. Make them think about their shots, make them feel a little bit of pressure coming in as the top team in the league. And there's some of that firepower right there with Alexa putting that middle forehand clean winner off the court. Right there, I'd be patient. There's no real need to speed that ball up. It's just below the net. And again, the Ballers have great counters and attacks. So I would just, if I'm the Blaze, I'd be patient.
Yeah, I think the Ballers are doing a great job putting that pressure on Blaze to be aggressive, which is what they want. Like you said, they have the great counters. So I think Miami just needs to not take any of the bait balls and really wait for the right one.
Or hit a few more light cords. Those help.
That'll do.
It's a great drop. Look, there's 4 balls there, and the Blaze found the ground on each one of them. Just keep the pressure on, make them play balls. Blaze just need to continue to stay disciplined. Camden, they didn't listen.
No.
It was a great drop, great third. And come in and kind of took the bait ball you're talking about and look for the speed up, and that's exactly what Alexa wanted. And she's sitting there with a two-handed counter right back to win the point. Wow.
One more back.
Yeah, exactly.
One more back.
You got to make balls, but Alexa set that point up beautifully and just missed the finisher. I know she'd like that one back, but if she's playing and setting the points up, more of those will go in her favor. 16-16. Nobody is looking to extend their lead. They're just back and forth.
Missed drop by both sides there. I think that's nerves. What's happening there?
Yeah, well, I mean, you've got the top team in the league. I mean, they've won the first 2 stops, haven't lost a match. Pressure is on them, and that's what we're talking about. You need to make balls and make them feel that pressure in and out. I mean, the top teams always want people just to give it to them. They feel like they have they want you to respect them so much that you're going to play out of your game and do things that aren't necessary, and really almost have to double down on being more disciplined and making them play and knowing them, showing them that you're not afraid to play your game against them and make them work. Don't give them anything.
100%. It's a tough mindset to take on, but it's the right one.
I mean, until you need to make a change by, a deficit in score or, you're being outplayed, I just make them play as many balls. And you saw that shot right there from Gianna. It's a very smart, rolling forehand, nothing too big, just getting the ball back on the ground to Alyssa on the back, and she, pulls an error. Find the patience. Yeah, make them feel they've got to do something. And Jacksonville right there again went for a speed up, and scoreboard pressure is a lot, and we've got a 2-point lead for the Miami Blaze.
Those are the points they want right there. They got the setup. Just barely missed.
And if I'm the Blaze right now, I'm almost thinking a timeout just to, reaffirm that discipline and say, hey, we're not here just to play this team close. We are in a winning position. Make this team play.
Yeah, tied up here, 19-19. I'm sure both teams are feeling the pressure here.
Wow. Great job from Kyler protecting that middle and getting a great two-handed counter back down to Alexa. And we talked about that middle ball, and Kyler handled that thing extremely, extremely well, sitting with the backhand right in the middle.
20-19.
She talked after the first-round match with their win over Sarasota about being the right side player and just trying to set up her partner. Well, there was no setup there. She took control. Wow.
It's a great win by Miami there.
Yeah, I'm still thinking about the previous point and how well she countered that ball and protected middle, and then and they stole that first game in women's doubles. The ballers are not used to losing women's doubles.
Yeah, I think that pressure alone going into these next matches is huge. I mean, winning the first game is a big thing. You're able to start the scoreboard lead and take some pressure off your men here in the men's match, but there's a bit more now. You really need to win this to be tied up 1-1.
We've seen a lot of Jacksonville so far this season. This morning they were on grandstand, so we didn't have the opportunity to watch them, but we did watch the Blaze. And Caden and Jake played extremely well, and even as a new partnership, really covered the court well as a team. So there is a lot of pressure on the ballers right now, with Miami really believing this is their opportunity and day to shine.
100%.
All right, we're going to take a short break, and we'll be back for the start of men's doubles.
Game 2, time in. 0-0.
All right, we are back for Game 2, Ballers, Blaze. Blaze with the early 1-0 lead. Camden, it's a bit of a change from when these teams met in Stop 1, where the Ballers won both genders, women and men's doubles, and the Blaze had to come back to force a dream breaker.
Right out, point 1.
And that's interesting. Just, again, the top team and the Ballers now find themselves in a position they haven't been in all year, which is trailing a match.
Yeah, it changes things for sure. Puts a lot of pressure on the Ballers here. The pressure of being a 1 seed.
Point.
Early lead here for Blaze.
3-0. Right out, point 1. One, 3.
Miami with their early 3-1 lead. I like this point right now from Jake. Ahmed looking to play a little bit bigger in the middle, and Jake going behind him and forcing him out wide to his left, opening the court back up. Strong finish from Caden.
Side out, point 4.
Ahmed, when he's in mix, definitely plays a
4-1.
aggressive, trying to really impose himself in the middle. We see him early on trying to get that same positioning in doubles. So it's going to be very smart for these guys to go behind him.
Side out,
Great
point
first reset
2.
there from Caden. Might have gone for the clip a little on that next shot, but
No, I agree. That reset was phenomenal. Had the ball there.
Point.
A couple easy mistakes from Caden. He played incredibly well
4.
against the Manatees in round 1. Maybe feeling a little bit of the pressure now that, hey, they're actually having a good start to this day. You know, we talked earlier about Caden's ability to counter with that backhand, and not a ton of pressure with that one or power off it, but paddle in the right spot, protecting middle, while Jake covers that line, and Caden's able to get that little counter reset down to the ground and get a point back for the Blaze.
yeah, it's a very different player to play against. Not your typical. He's so tall with such a big reach and able to cover so much room with his backhand. So changes the strategy.
Point Ballers were tied up at 5.
5-5.
Feeling the intensity pick up a little bit from the Ballers.
Side out, point 6.
Rally scoring's tough.
6.
Every point counts. Tougher to really be aggressive and sloppy on some balls. I mean, Camden, and what's your mindset going from, you know,
6.
regular scoring, side-out scoring to rally scoring, and how aggressive you are with your shots and, you know, one scoring format versus the other?
I mean, you definitely. I think the biggest thing is to not get in your head about it. I mean, a lot of people try to change too much, and that can cause, you know, too many mistakes there. But at the end of the day, it's going to be the best team wins. So just kind of play your same game.
It's so true, but it's so hard to do when,
Side out,
you know, you feel that pressure when you want to be aggressive with your serve, but, you know, if you end up missing that serve, you're giving the other team a point.
Yeah, for sure. It's a tough mentality to
side
adopt.
out, point 9.
Blaze need to tighten things up. A few sloppy errors giving the Ballers an early lead.
9-7.
Thank you.
I recall the score. You have 9, they have 7.
Ballers with a 2-point lead, 9-7.
Score, 9-7.
Talked about how strong Caden's backhand is, and I feel like that point there, he should have stayed backhand instead of looking for a forehand. Just hold his ground, hold his position. Different spot for him playing right today, but it actually suits his game very well.
Point, timeout, change, and another 7, 1 minute.
Jared with a little pump and chirp as the Ballers take a 4-point lead at the turn, 11-7.
Yeah, and we talked about how big this men's match here would be for Jacksonville to take. What are you doing as Miami here to kind of change the rhythm here? Come back from this 4-point deficit.
I don't think they're being outplayed. I think they're sitting their drops a little bit high. They've missed a couple counter opportunities. I think that's just more of a comfort in getting them mentally settled down into this game. They just switched ends. I mean, it acts as a timeout, but you see both teams rushing to get to the line. It's understandable for the Ballers to want to keep going and run away with this thing. And the Blaze, I would have slowed things down, talked to each other, maybe talk to their captain, and just get a little bit more mentally into the match. I don't even want to say disciplined. It's not like they're playing reckless. It's just they're missing their spots. Their drops are a couple inches too high. Their counters are in the wrong spot. Their paddles aren't in the right positions. And that's just easy errors that you're making because mentally you're not dialed in yet.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, these guys practice paddle position and patterns every day. So when you start missing those, you're not locked in yet. You're hoping something's given to you, and then the drops, you're tight. You're a little bit nervous on the feel of the ball, so it's not going. You're not maintaining that same feel and control. And this could quickly get away from the Blaze, as the Ballers are now up by, is that a 6-point lead? Yeah, they're up by 6.
Mm-hmm.
And again, kind of making their own luck there. They're feeling confident and get a lucky let cord to extend this lead to 6. And you see Miami now almost feeling forced to take a timeout, but they really should have taken advantage of a longer side change at the turn.
Yeah, for sure. You get that 1-minute timeout on the side switch, so take your time there and really talk to your coach, your team, change up strategy, even just a pace change. It all matters.
Yeah, and you see the comfort right now in the Ballers. They're smiling, they're talking to each other, they're encouraging each other.
Yeah, it's not what you want to give the 1 seed. You give them the lead, they get comfy. So just putting that scoreboard pressure on them is huge.
Okay, this is a nice point after the timeout. I don't know if they'll get the point, but from the Blaze, much smarter, disciplined pickleball here. Talked early in this game, exposing or trying to push Ahmed out to the left a little bit, but the same with Jared. And you saw that. They worked his right foot a little bit. They went to Jared's left foot, opened up a spot, and Jake was able to pull a good speed up through the middle there and get the point. Now we've got a 2-point swing for the Blaze as they work their way back in after that timeout. Again, that's a high third. That's a high reset. That's another high reset. Oh, Jared overcooks that one.
Yeah, and they're getting a few points on the board here. I think that scoreboard pressure is going to come into play here for the Jacksonville Ballers. Another ball sneaks in. Ballers looking to call it. Yep, there's the timeout.
Well, Caden just pulled that little trick out of a hat. We'll take a quick commercial break, and we'll be back with the Blaze pulling within. We're back, and we're watching a very disciplined point from both teams here.
Unlucky net cord, but I think getting that point out of the timeout is huge for Miami there. Trying to keep that momentum going.
You know, Miami's done a great job of readjusting after the timeout at 14-8. And that's 6 straight points for the Blaze as they tie this up at 14. Really like what they're doing with the ball right now. A little bit more discipline, finding the ground in the kitchen, making the ballers think a little bit more and having to do something. Well, that was well set up, and I like that play. Jake going out wide left, Caden pulling Jared wide right, middle's open. Caden just a little too snappy on that speed up through the middle. Put the ball in the net. 15-14 ballers. Ballers back in front by 2. Caden using the short sideline to his advantage, pushing Jared into the side fencing. Point Blaze, 15-16. Camden, you've played against all these guys. And we're going to put it in the mind of the Blaze. If you're the Blaze right now, where would you look to go and, attack or exploit the ballers?
For sure. I mean, you see Jared, he's pulled a few that maybe a little over ambitious, and when he's making them, they can be great balls, but when they're not, it's a way to get down, and sometimes I think Ahmed tries to overcompensate for that, sometimes coming over too far. And so I think I'd throw a lot of balls towards that inside foot of Jared, and then keeping Ahmed honest when he is coming over too far on Jared, just finding that ball behind him.
Yeah, Jared is known to not see a ball he doesn't like to speed up on. He can speed up on anything. And I thought in stop 2, he did a great job in men's especially of being disciplined and playing patient. We'll see if he can kind of get into that mindset here to close this game out and level this match at 1 apiece as the Ballers go up 19-16. We mentioned Caden's ability to counter with the backhand. That was a nice slide as Ahmed went to speed up on him. Caden slid right, counter with the backhand, then setting up Jake with the forehand put away.
That ball going just barely long. The angle was there. Jacksonville a chance to win it here.
No, we're sitting behind the court watching this thing, and it looked like it was lined up perfectly for an ATP winning play, and yeah, just overcooked it just a tiny bit, giving the Ballers a game point, 20-17.
They do take it. Jacksonville and Miami all tied up here, 1-1.
All right, we'll take a short break as we get ready for the mixed doubles pairings, Jacksonville versus Miami. Oh, wow. We're back with mixed doubles, and Jared starts us off with a nice spinny trick serve there. That earns him their first point, 1-0 Ballers. We talked about these teams playing early in the season at stop 1, with the Ballers taking both gender doubles and Miami taking both mixed doubles matches. However, Camden, today we have 2 subs filling in for Miami to play mixed doubles.
Yeah, I mean, that's going to change a lot. You're missing Ben Yu, who's a phenomenal player, and Ellie as well. And both Caden and Kyler seem like able and ready to step up to this level. So we'll see if they're able to get it done here.
They played very well in round 1 against the Manatees and picked up a mixed doubles win. Again, we're talking about the top team in the league, so maybe a little different level pair they're facing off against now, so we'll see how they do.
Jacksonville to an early lead, 3-1.
Making balls, I hate seeing missed thirds. Just get it over the net and trust defense. Those thirds don't have to be perfect. Not a bad move from Caden. Mistimed that Ernie a bit, but somebody with his length and mobility, you like to see that. And new partnership, and if you had Kyler covering middle a little bit more, she'd be there with her paddle to cover middle and help him out. But maybe a little bit overly ambitious from him, but he needs to be somewhat aggressive with his length and mobility.
It's tough with the ref.
I mean, I hate
saying
saying that shot right there. Yeah, you're right. These are small courts, and you saw Caden kind of hit the net post when he was doing his Ernie attempt there. But that last drop from Caden on his third, I mean, that ball was almost shoulder height, and somehow they missed. But again, that just goes back to you need to make balls. I mean, people miss, so you don't want to be the first one to make a mistake. Make them play. Again, we see another missed third attempt from the Ballers. Miami's done nothing special, but they're tied with the Ballers 5-5. Especially early in these matches. You don't want to play yourself out by trying to do too much and win in the first few points. You want to be steady. You want to check their hands, see how the other team's playing, what are they doing.
100%. You want to give yourself room to then later on in the match open up and show them your weapons. But at the beginning, just start off steady, and getting a lead is so important.
That was a great move from Alyssa. Unfortunately, just pushed her Ernie attempt a bit long. But like seeing her putting that movement, that pressure moving on the Blaze. Just give them something to think about as you work your way later into the match. Alyssa sitting with a strong forehand counter there again, just misses it, but good paddle position. Probably a little bit too much swing, punch through that, and just block it, redirect that ball back down. Trust your hands there. You've got the play right in front of you. Camden, she did a great job there with the backhand, getting that counter down to the ground low to Caden.
Yeah, that's what it's about.
Yeah, it was out.
I think they're arguing that she touched the ball. We'll see. Looks like she did.
I don't know if they said that or they just didn't actually officially make an out call. That's a bit confusing here. All right, we've had two bizarre plays in a row. One where one ball was not called out, that was a foot wide, and then two, Caden's backhand roll is going to hit the back fence and ends up hitting Alyssa in the air. She's not able to get out of the way. That's strange, very strange 2 points there, Camden.
Playing dodgeball out here for sure.
Well, I'm glad she's taking the bullet and not us. Wow, the Blaze with a 3-point lead now, 10-7, looking to take an 11-7 lead at the turn. That would be great for them and applying that scoreboard pressure we keep talking about. That's a beautiful drop. Kyler finding the ground very, very nicely here.
Great point from both sides there. Blaze getting into the net nicely.
Yeah, I'd like to see that. I mean, because they know Jared will speed up anything.
Side out, point,
They
11.
get to 11.
Timeout, change, and 11-8, 1 minute.
Early 3-point lead at the turn, 11-8, Miami Blaze. Right there, that's what we're talking about with Jared. Not the best drop, third, but still, they got the ball to hit the ground. Jared speeds it up, and you have to watch out for that. If I am the Blaze, I am putting my paddle in a countering position every time that ball gets hit to Jared. You have to expect that speed up, especially if you're the female player here. He loves to go after, and rightfully so. I mean, you see it at every level. You know, in mixed doubles, you're going to attack more times than not the female side.
There it is again. Kyler ready for that one.
She was ready, and, you know, she didn't even need to hit that. That was coming over the back fence. I think we were going to be flagging that ball for him.
No, she was saving us.
She saved us, and she got the ball down to the ground.
Side out, point, 10.
Caden, got to make a third. Do not worry about how high it is. You've got a great defender in Kyler. Caden in position to be a little bit more aggressive early in that rally. Played it maybe a bit too conservative.
13.
Ends up missing, pushing that ball a bit long. That length.
See Jared starting to get ultra aggressive here, trying to change up the momentum.
I think his captain or his teammate said, hey, Jared, where's the guy that can get after the ball and change this match around? And he's listened.
Side out, point, 14.
Kyler fighting off another attack and gets the ball down, and 2-point lead, Blaze, 14-12. Even then, Blaze are in this rally.
Sorry. Great dance from Miami there.
No, and that point starts with, you know, not the best third, but, you know, thirds don't have to be perfect. You've got to get the ball started. You've got to somehow apply pressure from the get-go on the other team to make a shot. Then you can work your way into the point.
Side out, point, 13.
Yeah, for sure. Especially in rally scoring, you don't want to give them anything for free.
13, 15. Point,
Jared getting loud on that point. How do you think a player like that affects the mindset of the Miami?
Well, I think it's something that these players don't see all the time. So it definitely can be effective.
timeout.
And Jared's not afraid to use that as part of his arsenal. I mean, he's known to chirp. He's known to get loud. He's known to get in your face. But, you know, as soon as the match is over, game's over, you know, he's going to come up and laugh and joke with you. But it's a weapon, and there are certain players that know how to use it to their advantage, and he's one of them. Miami has to understand that. And if I'm a captain, as soon as I hear him once or twice, I'm calling a timeout. If I don't see my team responding the right way, and right then was a perfect example. He lets out a chirp, easy miss from Caden. Then Kyler misses a ball, and it's time to get a timeout. Like, hey, don't let this thing get in your head. He's going to make some noise. Settle back down.
15 seconds.
Find the ground, because if this ball sits, he's coming at you right now. And if he comes at you and wins the point, he's going to let you know, and that doubles the impact of the whole thing.
Time in, 15, 15.
But a huge part of this league is exposing these players to every part of being a competitive professional pickleball player.
Good timeout there.
15, 15.
Proved effective.
Yeah, teams players love to win that point right out of a timeout, especially if you're the team that calls it. Like, okay, that was the move.
See a great counter from Kyler there covering the middle. I think shutting down a few of his speed ups is going to neutralize it. Someone's getting hype like that, speeding up a bunch. It's going their way, great. A few don't, then they can get in trouble.
Look, I've been really impressed with Kyler in this match, and not that I wasn't during round one early this morning against the Manatees, but she is really keeping the Blaze in this and giving them this 3-point lead. I mean, she's making those thirds. They're not the best, but she's getting the ball started, and then the point goes.
Oh.
And that's the second ball. Yeah, Caden looks like he's feeling a little bit of the nerves and pressure. That's 2 sitters, and then Riley scoring. That's 2 points. This match could be 20-14. Instead, we're looking at a 16-18 score line with the baller serving.
They're getting the points they want. They just got to execute.
Kyler with a mistake there, but
great Ernie pressure there from Alyssa. Noticing that Kyler's going line there and just putting that pressure on.
Yeah, and she showed that early in the match, and she actually missed Alyssa missed the ball, but it's that pressure, and now you start to look for it. 19-17. And we all know Caden very well. Definitely at the level to play and win at this. But he's got to settle down if he wants to help his team pull this one off. 18-19.
Yeah, this game's coming down to the wire.
If I'm the ballers, quite honestly, I'm going to hit a few more balls over to Caden. He seems to be the one feeling a little bit of that pressure, and Kyler's been rock solid there. I mean, that's just too many putaways he has the opportunity to do, and he's half hitting them. These balls need to get off the court, Camden.
Yeah, it's tough after missing a few, especially in rally scoring like we talked about. Just knowing you miss it, the game's tied up. So I'm sure there's a ton of nerves there, especially going against the Ballers, a team that's had a phenomenal season so far, and you have a chance to beat them. I'd be feeling the pressure on those overheads too.
Yeah, and we talked so much about shot selection, and right there, it's not that Caden hit the worst shot, but he's not paying attention to the movement and the placement of their team. So he ends up hitting the ball line to Alyssa, who's crashing, and she puts the ball right by him. If he just rolls that ball back cross court to Jared, who's sitting on the baseline, they maintain a much better position in that rally. So when you're nervous, all things falter. Your shots, your decision making.
Wow. Jacksonville back up to 2019.
20-19.
If this holds, Miami's not going to be happy letting this one get away because they were in position. Wow.
Great lead there by Kyler.
It was a great speed up to get that point going. I mean, she makes the ball down to the ground. She comes in, speeds the ball up down the line. Luckily, Caden is ready for a half counter back and got his down and got a miss out of Jared. But we're tied up at 20.
Yeah, we get what we all love, some overtime pickle.
And here we're talking about making balls. Percentage plays. And you can see that in everybody's mindset right now. We're seeing a lot more balls on the ground right now. Probably our longest kitchen rally. Look, Alyssa with the pressure just by moving and showing, hey, I'm going to hear Ernie put my paddle right in your face, and draws another easy mistake from Kyler there.
Yeah, and it comes back to the pressure at the beginning of the game. Even just that missed Ernie, it means so much later in the game. There's that pressure that she has that in her bag, and you just can't be floating balls down the line.
Yeah, I mean, she missed one early, but she got it in her head, and now she's won 3 of those by not even having to touch the ball. Just a mistake by her merely moving. That's a great ball.
Great reset.
See, Kyler is, yeah, and as much as we enjoy Caden, Kyler is she's been a force here.
She's stepping up to the occasion here. She wants this. Yeah.
This is huge. Her backhand's been unbelievable. She's making most of her thirds and drops. If I'm the Ballers, I'm going to Caden here and seeing what he can pull off because she is, yep, there once again. She's on it.
Just like that, they take it.
That's, you know, to me, that's just shot selection and mental mistakes from the Ballers. You have a player in Kyler who, time and time again, is making the thirds. They're not always pretty, but she's getting them in. And you had another, you know, her teammate Caden, who was struggling just a little bit with the, you know, with the pressure and maybe a little, you know, some nerves. So he's not hitting the shots he's accustomed to hitting. But they stayed away from him. And I would have been targeting that guy over and over again and just challenging him. Dude, but huge effort from Kyler. You know, we got to give her the props there for helping Miami take a 2-1 lead over your league-leading Ballers. And a lot of pressure now on Jacksonville. And we talk about them. They have not trailed all year.
Yeah.
And if they don't pick up this mixed doubles match, they're going to suffer their first loss of the season.
Yeah, I'm sure there's some scoreboard pressure going on right now, especially on Ahmed and Alyssa, which is one of the tougher mixed teams in the league, but it's the pressure you need on them.
All right, we're going to take a quick commercial break. Blaze leading 2-1 over your league-leading Jacksonville Ballers. All right, Camden, we are back. Ballers in unfamiliar territory, trailing 1-2 with the start of our second mixed doubles match.
Yeah, need this game to take it to a dream breaker here.
1-0.
You know, Stop 2 in Sarasota, the pickleball club, watched a lot of Alexa and her success rate and the amount of lobs she hit.
1-1. Point 2.
Yeah, it looks like that ball did stay in. That's a great backhand flick. Wow, that was in by a few inches.
2-1.
Anyway, Camden, what I was mentioning earlier was the lob success and the amount of lobs that Alexa was hitting. That I'd like to kind of see her getting back to that. I didn't see any of that in round 1 this morning against the Tide.
Yeah, we'll see if she was able to find a few to be aggressive on, find those speed ups.
3-2.
Yeah, and her lob is so effective. It just kind of gets people leaning back on their heels and then is able to find the ground in front and let Ahmed get to work.
Mm-hmm.
Point 3.
Well, it looked like Gianna moved well and had the right position, maybe moved a little bit too much with the feet and kind of jammed herself, but she's moving into the right spots there.
Point 4.
Great pressure there from Jake, just making it tough for them to get in and get to the net and neutralize the point. Really providing that pressure.
4-3.
Camden, knowing that Ahmed likes to move and be present in the middle, what's your mindset with the Blaze early in this game?
Point 4.
Yeah, I think both players are phenomenal movers and stuff. So just moving them around, making them uncomfortable, trying to get them stretched out, then making them move on top of each other, testing at that middle a lot.
I mean, it's a great move. Unfortunately, he misses it, but he reads the ball so well to close the space and has that forehand. Do you allow him to do that? Do you look to go behind him more to keep him honest, or do you just try to trust your hands if he's going to move with your countering ability?
No, I'm looking to return to the guy most of the time, especially in this scenario. Alexa's got a great drive to set Ahmed up, so I want to return behind him and limit the crashing that he's able to do.
Yeah, I mean, he's wanting every ball in the middle right now, and it's not just the middle. He wants every ball even halfway over on the right side of the court.
5-6. Point.
Misreturn there by Jake.
But
Maybe
I
feeling the pressure a bit.
6-6.
But I think you're right. They're, yeah, if you go, again, right there, you allow Alexa to hit the thirds, you return to her, and Ahmed's ready. Ahmed's ready to crash in and put all that pressure on you because he's so quick. I mean, you're almost better off hitting your returns to him and making him, forcing him to maybe stay back another step or two.
Side out. Point 7.
But he is on a mission right now.
7-7.
He wants a dream breaker, and I think he knows he wants to get in there and play singles in the dream breaker. He wants this team put him on his back and carry them to another win.
Wow. Great first ball by Alexa. I don't know how Jake recovered that one, but he was able to get it back and make her hit one more ball.
7.
Just soft enough with his hands there to get it, just to drop a tiny bit to her. Yeah, and she put that next backhand into the net.
What do you think, Davidson? Was that ATP there?
Point 8.
I'm sitting right here on the line, and as soon as I saw that ball hit in that direction, I'm thinking it's ATP the whole way. I'm still thinking that, just not enough on the outside of the ball, curling it. Went at that ball a little bit too flat and hard, and really on these ATPs, you got to catch the outside. You're curling it back in. It's not a power shot. You're placing the ball back through the side, around the net. I mean, but Camden, you've got one of the best ATPs on this tour.
9-8.
So you tell me what your thought is on that one.
No, I agree with you. I mean, I think it was there. I think just shaping it, and there's no need to hit it hard. You're setting your team up in a great position. If you're hitting that ATP anyway, you're making them hit up on a ball. So just getting that in there is the initial thought, and then thinking about the pace you can hit it at.
No, and I think you said it
Timeout. Change.
perfectly there. You're using your ATP as a setup. It's not a finisher, and it's another pattern play. Whether you're in the kitchen and you're speeding up to a hip and ready for the next counter, but that you're just pulling the ball around the post and setting up your partner. So it's a placement, it's a setup, it's a pattern. You're not blasting that through for a winner. And some of these players just kind of need to, learn how to hit that and the patience and discipline with that shot.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough. You see it initially, and you just get so excited for that opportunity. But you just need to wait and let it get so low. And having that patience is key.
All right, we're at the turn. Ballers 11-8, looking to force a dream breaker.
If you're Blaze here, what are you changing up?
I like when they I play more of my returns to Ahmed, get him to try to be a little bit slower getting up to the kitchen line. Right there. And then I would play a few more balls to him when I'm in the kitchen over to his backhand. As long as you get the ball down to him, get him out of the middle just a bit.
Yeah, I love that point right there. You see it. They return behind Ahmed. There's not that crashing pressure for them. They're able to provide a lot of pressure and just not allow them into the net, which is key in mixed doubles.
Yeah, that previous point that you're discussing, I mean, Ahmed basically stayed on the baseline or just a step inside that entire rally instead of being up on top of the net looking for any ball to attack off his forehand. And they need to keep him back if they want this match.
Looks like Gianna thought Jake might have taken that ball. A little confusion there in the middle.
I'm sitting on the sideline again, and I thought maybe Alexa would pull and look for ATP, so I was a bit surprised. She rolled it back, kind of cross-court, almost passing through the middle. So maybe Miami was not expecting that shot either. That ball's got to get down. Jake left that way too high, leaving his team exposed for an easy attack from Alexa.
Yeah, Jacksonville going on a pretty solid run. I think we're going to see Blaze call timeout here pretty soon. Wow.
Yeah,
Can't get much better than that.
that was impressive.
11-14.
I mean, but Alexa hit her ball initially low cross court. It's really not a ball Gianna's going to pull through the middle, so Alexa moving that far off the right side to cover middle was a bit unnecessary and left her very exposed and vulnerable to a cross court angle, and Gianna's ball goes untouched. It was a good shot, but a little bit out of position from Alexa, not understanding what her previous shot was doing.
A little unlucky there on the net court, but Blaze piecing together a few points here. Looking to tie it up on this one.
And haven't needed to use that timeout yet.
No.
So
Time in 13-14.
it's a good offensive ball there from Ahmed.
15-13.
Probably doing a little bit more with it than Jake was expecting.
Side out, point 14. 14-15. Point
Jake looking for that speed up from the middle, just barely catching the tip of the net.
16-14.
We haven't seen much of that. A little different look from him.
Side out, point 15. Timeout.
I like that timeout from the Blaze, really giving them a moment to settle in and hopefully execute and get above the lead. They've kind of been trailing for a second here and unable to get a few in a row, so I like that timeout.
Well, we've seen some good tactical adjustments since the turn a bit. And one of those was, getting more of the returns to Ahmed. And then playing a few points where they're kind of getting it out to his left foot. And I think they need to kind of refocus and get back to that. I mean, they can't rely on a let cord or a missed shot from the ballers. They need to find their strategy and stick to it and then let the chips fall.
Is there anything that Jacksonville's doing that you don't like?
15 seconds. Remaining timeout. Server 0.
I think they could be a little bit more aggressive. I would like, and we haven't seen it, so I don't know if she has the feel of it yet, but that lob from Alexa, which I think is an incredible play, gets them off the line. Also allows Ahmed to find his position up there and staying aggressive. And I was going to say also be aggressive off the bounce. I mean, she's got great speed ups, and she went for it there, a little bit long.
16.
I like Jacksonville's speed ups and countering ability and their overall foot speed. So I don't think they should shy away from aggressive plays.
There's that lob.
Okay, that's exactly what we were talking about.
Yes,
that
it
is
is.
an offensive lob,
Side out, point 17.
putting Ahmed in an extremely offensive position where anything coming over the net, he's hammering a forehand put away.
Yeah, she's able to find a time where that guy's leaning in and she's able to get it over the left shoulder of the girl. And it's just a great lob. It sets up the whole point.
So I don't know if players can hear us, but we just discussed it, and she executed it beautifully. Great job there from the Blaze, just kind of finding the ground and not over trying to hit the shot or speed ups there. Just get the ball to the feet.
17.
It's a good get from Alexa.
goes for the lob again. I think she might be listening to us, but just a bit wide there.
Well, I did not see her hit it much off the backhand, especially going line in front of her, which is a smaller space, tighter spot over the guy. Really like it when she uses that forehand to get it deep cross court, a lot more space to hit into, and you're going, as you mentioned, over the left shoulder of the female player. And that's really where you want that lob, regardless of who you're going over. Male, female, that left shoulder, trying to get it away from their overhead. This is tight, Camden, 18-18. And if I'm the blade, there it is.
Oh, wow. Unlucky net cord there.
Yeah, I would say her success rate in stop two was about 95%, and now we're looking at 1 for 3. Bad luck there. Good luck for Gianna reaching that ball with her backhand overhead and catching a let cord to get it trickle over the net.
Yeah, even without the net, she was able to get that ball down, which is all you want to do there. If you can't hit it hard, get it down.
Yeah.
19.
It's a good, smart return.
Big momentum point here. Oh, Gianna going for a lob of her own, just barely landing long.
Yeah, and I think that might have been the first time she hit it, so don't mind that play. It was open for her, and she just missed it wide.
What do you think of that timeout? What do you think they're discussing over there?
Actually, I didn't see who called the timeout.
Jacksonville.
Jacksonville called the timeout. Well, I can ask you the same thing, Camden. What do you think they're discussing right now?
I think it's a tough time out, right? Because it's 2019. There's a lot of nerves to go to a dream breaker here. You need this point right here. Otherwise, you're going to be going back and forth with the Blaze, which is not a team you want to be doing that with. So maybe try not to get nervous here, just playing the same game they have been, and get into the net quick here and execute.
15 seconds.
Yeah, and I think just a quick reminder of, hey, this is where we're going to put our third, and and maybe what we look for on our fifth. Just that little reminder that once that point starts, you're just going to go back on autopilot, but regroup and have a plan right there.
Point. Game. 21.
Then we have a forehand winner. Looks like the ball was
Oh, tough to
it
tell
was
there.
called out by Gianna, but the net cord is actually blocking our view from where the ball landed. I don't know if we have a reverse camera on the other side, other end of the court. But the referee overrules it, and you've got a 21-19 win by the Ballers. And we have a dream breaker.
Did you overrule that? No, they just decided. Okay.
Oh, apologies. The Blaze called that ball in.
Yeah, I thought so, but he said just curious.
And we're going to take a short break before we get to the dream breaker. Ballers, we've got a dream breaker here. Match is tied 2-2. Miami Blaze looking to upset the undefeated and league-leading Jacksonville Ballers.
Game 5. Timeout. 0-0.
Wow, it's good defense in moving from Alexa there, but tough to defend 4 or 5 overheads in a row, especially on a singles court. Camden, what do you think about this strategy with the Ballers putting out Alexa first here?
It's very interesting. Could pay off, but the thing is, when you do that, you allow their guy to get more points than yours, which is
Explain that to us, more points.
since they're going out first, it's just a game to 15, so he'll get more opportunities. So let's say it ends up 11-10, and he'll be the one out against the girl, which is not the case you want in general.
So since we're going to 15, he'll have more rotation opportunities against Alexa than you'll see Gianna have with Ahmed here.
Correct.
Okay.
Yep. It's going to be big for the girls who can score the most points on the guys.
Well, yeah, Alexa stole one against Jake, but then Gianna right out of the bat takes her first point against Ahmed.
Sometimes playing against a girl puts a lot of pressure on the guy to perform and get the points, so sometimes that's thought about in strategies too.
Well, we saw that in round one when Miami upset Sarasota. Same thing, we had guy versus girl there, and Gianna really struggled the first 3 times out playing Miles, but then her last go took 3 of 4 points to put them within 1 point, and Jake was able to come in and finish it off.
Yeah, and you see it there. She goes 3-1 with Ahmed, which is just phenomenal. Like, if I'm the Blaze, I'm feeling pretty good in this position here. Just getting that early lead and Gianna scoring those points off Ahmed is huge.
Yeah, you almost have potentially reverse pressure on Jake to say, hey, I've got this lead. If I do my job, we could be up 10-2.
100%, yeah. It's a lot of pressure.
But he takes his first point. Blazer up by 5.
There's the second.
Wow. Very strong showing from the home team right now. Knocking off stop 2 runner-up Sarasota Manatees, and now have a 6-point lead in the Dream Breaker, looking for the biggest upset of the season if they can hold on and take out the Jacksonville Ballers.
Yeah,
I don't know if you can hear it, but I'm pretty I mean, this is an exciting match, man. You know, this would be the upset of the season so far.
Yeah, and it coming down to a Dream Breaker is exactly what we want to see.
Ooh. Different look on that ball. She was able to kind of hack a slice that stayed a little bit lower than Jake might have been expecting. He pushes that into the net, so Alexa's able to steal one. That would have been very helpful if she could have pulled that off. Instead, the Blaze have a 6-point lead. She could have taken 2 there. That would have been within 4, and Ahmed has the ability to take all 4 against anybody, male, female, in this league. What a shot from Gianna. Blaze by 7.
Yeah, if she could get one more here, it'd be great, putting Jake in the position to win.
I remember listening to the Pickleball Weekly podcast pre-show for this event, and not many people even thought the Blaze would win a match here, and they are looking to start the day 2-0 by taking out 2 of the top teams in the league. But it's not going to come easy, Camden.
No, it's not.
Those last points, especially with the freeze at 14, it's going to be hard to close this thing out.
And Ahmed takes 3. Best Jake can do here is get him to 14.
They are. .610.
That return was long. The door is opening for the Ballers.
I think the Ballers are growing a little bit in their confidence. They know the position they're in. Alexa's capable of taking points here, and you've got Ahmed finding his range. Well, she made him play there. Again, good defense from Alexa. Got a few balls back down onto the ground. Made Jake finish that point off. Wow, that's what we expect from Alexa right there. Just kind of pinpoint passing shots.
Yeah, and that split right there allows Ahmed to come in on his next turn and tie everything up.
Well, they've got 1 more point. She can do better than that. she takes this one, Ahmed could come in and take the lead.
Yes.
That was a very nervy
Oh, yeah.
get from Jake there. I don't even know if he knew to hit that left-handed, right-handed, one-hand, or two-handed block. Somehow he redirected the ball back in play.
Wow, that one catches the corner. Great shot by Gianna.
Where did Gianna come from? This singles is unbelievable.
13-8. She's in position to win it here. A lot of pressure on the guy here, Ahmed, to do his job here.
Gianna's having more success against Ahmed than any male player has had so far this season in the Dream Breaker. Well, he's going to try to get them within 2 points. And then you're going to have a lot of pressure for Jake coming in to finish this out.
Mm-hmm. But this is what we talked about here. This is could be the last rotation here, and you have the Blaze guy going in, which is the situation you want for them. So that's the negative of putting your girl in first.
No, that was a great point you made to start this Dream Breaker with the decision making on who goes out first. Is yes, Jake has an extra opportunity here against the female to finish out, but Alexa, again, finding her game, getting stronger as this Dream Breaker goes on.
Yeah, and I think that's a big momentum point. That's 11-14 or 12-13.
13-12 Blaze.
14-12. I'm sure both players are feeling the scoreboard pressure here.
Well, if Jake doesn't serve this out, we will have Ahmed come back out against Gianna. And he doesn't do it.
Wow.
He doesn't do it.
He doesn't.
Because even if they get this point, they are frozen, and Gianna will have to come back in and serve it. And you see the excitement and anticipation with Ahmed waiting to get back on this court.
Yeah, and that's a great point for them, getting the serve back. Now, at least if she's able to split two, then Jake will be able to get back out. But if she also has the option to give it here.
No, she wants it now. If she does not get it now, I don't know if we're going to get it. Oh, she had it.
Oh, she doesn't get it there. 14-all.
Oh my God, you've got to take that from the top team. You can't hope he misses that ball, and that forehand volley put away was there for the taking.
This point is a huge point here. Oh, just barely not making it over. Timeout there. Personally, that's a tough timeout for me. You come out so tight after that 15-14 Dream Breaker to upset the top seed. Whew.
Yeah, I don't know if any player, either side, wants to think too much about this next point.
No, 100%. We'll see if the Ballers can do it here. Oh my
Wow. Goodness.
That's crazy.
Point of the match.
To tie it up too and bring Jake back out here. That was the craziest point.
And I think that's point of the day so far.
Yes, that was unbelievable. Great gets by both players.
And Ahmed thinks they're still out for another point. And he is right, because Gianna was serving at 14-13. So he's in for one more. And if he can take this, he'll put Alexa in the serving position for the match.
Wow. She takes it. gives the opportunity to Jake to get it right here.
Hey, you didn't like the timeout, but it definitely served her well. She came out with confidence.
Oh, it paid off.
She went for her shot. She came forward, down match point, then drove that backhand hard cross court to put Jake in position.
This is for game.
Oh,
wow.
Yeah, it's wide. She's not going to like it, but it was wide.
Yeah, I mean, it sucks to end the game on that,
Yeah.
but it did look just wide. Wow, and the Miami Blaze take it.
And the Miami Blaze have upset Stop 2's first and second place finishers.
What a phenomenal match. Wow.
And deliver the Ballers their first loss of the season. And they did that with 2 subs, Camden. They came here with 2 subs.
Yeah. Crazy.
These subs aren't bad.
No, yeah. And they got something to prove. They got a chip on their shoulder, came out here, showed everyone what they can do. I'm sure they're looking for a spot on the roster after this event.
But how close. It came down to a ball that missed by a millimeter, a centimeter there. And we had probably the best view of anybody because we're sitting on this sideline and unfortunately just missed it. But incredible match by the Ballers. And we're going to take a break as we prepare for round 3.
Back here with the Miami Blaze. You've won your first 2 matches of the day after that exciting Dream Breaker. We're missing Gianna, but Jake, take me through that Dream Breaker. It came down to the wire in that match against the team that has won the first 2 stops.
Yeah, it was electric. They put out Alexa first, and I wanted to go first regardless. So that was it. Yeah, so it was tough. She played really well. Gianna came in super clutch. I couldn't close it on the first match point. Gianna came back and got 2 big ones right at the end after we built a little bit of a lead. They came back, so credit to Alexa and Ahmed for coming back. But yeah, Dream Breakers, so much back and forth. So in those last few points, it can really go either way. So yeah, just happy to get the win and hopefully keep it rolling.
Yeah, and they were talking about it on the broadcast. You're coming in as a sub, and they were praising you so much. So what's kind of play into that coming in, and you've been playing really well through these first 2 matches?
I'm just trying to play super free and make balls. So got to keep the momentum going and have my confidence up.
Gotcha. And you guys have one more match now in the morning pool. Then maybe you can come back later. What's kind of the message for you guys going into this final match of the morning pool?
We just got to stay. We got to stay the same and really play loose. And I mean, this is our day to take.
There you go. Their day to take at home. The Miami Blaze 2-0 on the day. We'll see if they can make it 3-0 when we come back.